When you died without Christ, you'll be in crisis, an ending crisis. If Jesus is the only one to come back to take us to God, then I believe that in the first place, He died for my sins. He paid for my sins. He justified me. He set me free. He made me a child of God. If He is coming, then I have enough proof to believe that, yes, He truly died for me. I don't know where your hope is found. I don't know what is building your conviction. I don't know what your hope is. I don't know what your expectations are. I don't know what you expect to see at the end of your life on this earth. But if there was a choice for you, the only choice you've got whilst alive is Christ. Oh God, you are wonderful. God, you are this. It does not impress God if it is not from your heart. So the heart of worship is what God seeks. The word of worship without the heart is empty. And God says, you come to me with empty hearts, but full mouth. And now in the same Isaiah chapter 19 and from verse 11, the Bible says, the officials of Zoan are nothing but fools. Wow. The wise counselors of Pharaoh give senseless advice. How can you say to Pharaoh, I am one of the wise men, a disciple of the ancient kings? Where are your wise men now? That's a question. Let them show you and make known what the Lord Almighty has planned against Egypt. The officials of Zoan have become fools. The leaders of Memphis are deceived. The cornerstones of her peoples have led Egypt astray. The Lord has poured into them a spirit of dizziness. They make Egypt stagger in all that she does, as a drunkard staggers around in his vomit. There is nothing Egypt can do, head or tail, palm branch or reed. In that day, the Egyptians will become weaklings. They will shudder with fear at the uplifted hand that the Lord Almighty raises against them. And the land of Judah will bring terror to the Egyptians. Everyone to whom Judah is mentioned will be terrified because of what the Lord Almighty is planning against them. Where is your wisdom if you don't know the salvation plan of God? If you claim you are wise and yet you don't know the ways of God in redeeming man, where is your wisdom? If you are so philosophical, if you are so reasonable, when you cannot understand that the death of Jesus, the burial, the resurrection of Jesus brought salvation to man, where is your wisdom? So he says, I will make the wise fools. And he said, you become weak. And this will be the end of every debater who will not open his heart to receive the message of the cross, but will look at it as foolishness. Your end will be a terrified one. Your end will be dangerous. Your end will be destructive if you don't accept Christ. It's not a curse, it's a warning that you cannot escape when you refuse to follow the right way. Jesus said, I am the way to God. I am the life of God. I am the truth of God. So outside Jesus, you cannot find any way to God. Outside Jesus, there is no truth you need that you can find anywhere but in Jesus. Outside Jesus, there is no life. Let me be honest with you. Jesus died. He went back to heaven. And he's coming back. For me, if Jesus is the only one to come back, it is proof enough that truly he died for me. So let's come back to 1 Corinthians chapter 1. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and the verse 20 now, and we'll look at the questions in the light of verse 18 of the same 1 Corinthians chapter 1. And the verse 18 says, "For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." Then verse 20, "Where is the wise person? If you are wise, and yet the gospel of Christ is foolishness to you, my question to you is, where is your wisdom?" If you are wise, and yet the message of the cross is foolishness to you, where is your wisdom? And then he goes on to say, where is the teacher of the law? If you are a teacher of the law, legalism, if you are a teacher of a religion, and yet the message of the cross is foolishness to you, my question is, where is your intelligence? Where is your knowledge? Where is it? When you can't understand the death, the burial, the resurrection of Christ, and the power thereof, where is your knowledge? Where is the philosopher of this age? Where is the philosopher of this age? If you are a philosopher, and with all your acquisition of knowledge, you are able to analyze, you are able to think, you are able to reason through things. My question is, how are you not able to see and to know and to understand that the cross is the power of God? Where is your wisdom? And then he now says, has not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? Now we understand that there is the wisdom of this world, and the wisdom of this world cannot understand the wisdom of God. So when you operate in the wisdom of this world, in this world, you may be seen as smart person, wise person, intelligent person, a philosopher. But when it comes to the wisdom of God, you are a foolish man. Sorry about that. If your wisdom cannot help you to walk in the wisdom of God, you are not wise in the first place. You are not. With all due respect, you are not. Because the wisdom, above all wisdom, is the wisdom of God. And if in your wisdom, the wisdom of God is foolishness to you, the question is, where is your wisdom? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? Has God not made it foolish? And the verse 21, for since in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not know him, God was pleased. God was pleased through the foolishness of what was preached to save those who believe. That is the key. To save those who believe. Salvation is for those who believe. Those who believe are those who are saved. Those who believe are those who are saved.